The weather is perfect outside, the camera is crooked, and today we're going to talk about Emily Henry. So it's a perfect day, all around. I listened to this on Spotify. Really happy they had it on Spotify. Am I the only one who's forgetting literally constantly that Spotify has books? Audiobooks, obviously. I got this on my library, and I was like, yay, 12-week wait, which actually was much shorter than I thought it would be. And then it popped up on my Spotify, and I was like, so I listened to it that day, but I'm still keeping my hold at the library, because libraries, man. Do you think that Emily Henry would like my shirt? Because I think she would. Not that I know her, but I kind of know her, and I think she would. Parasocial relationships, the ones that I have, yeah, they're all only just with Emily Henry. After I've said all that, I will say this about the book that I just read by her. Funny story. Funny story was not my favorite. I just want to say that. I'm just going to say that. I am not unable to say something negative about a book that Emily Henry wrote, just so you know. I didn't like it that much. It didn't resonate with me greatly. My favorite of hers, just so you know, is Happy Place. Now, I did make a video about it last year, but it was the worst ever. Audio quality was like so horrible, and I did not know how to speak in a speed that was like a speed that people will listen to. And the fact is, it was horrible. Don't go and watch it. How's that for a recommendation? But pretty much what I was saying in that video is that the reason why Happy Place resonated with me so deeply, even though it was two of the tropes that I hate the most, which are second chance romance and the miscommunication. The way that she writes, this is kind of like, you'll hear other people say this. This isn't just me who's saying this. The way that she writes, like, it doesn't feel like that's what she's writing, you know? It just feels like real life, like it's just real life stuff. It's not like a device to get the story moving. Like, it's literally just the things that happen in real life, the way that she writes them. Now, the reason I loved it so much was because it was about friendships in adulthood. It was about friendships, how they evolve, how you lose them, how depressing it is. Of course, it was about their relationship as well. But the main takeaway for me was this, like, the way she talked about her friends and the relationships that she had with them was very good for me, especially at that time in my life. It still is. I still have so many friendships that I feel like I'm like literally mourning all of the time. Death of a friendship, or the like slow moving apart of a friendship, is the kind of thing that makes me like want to cry. So anyway, that book was really powerful for me because that was the main theme. I also really liked Book Lovers because I liked the characters a lot, and then also one of the main side themes was her relationship with her sister, which I have a sister. I actually have more than one, so I was resonating with that. This book, I would say the main theme would be like a breakup, like a big breakup, and a difficult relationship with your parents or one of your parents. Those things are not my experience in life. I haven't had a really big bad breakup, and I don't have a rocky relationship with one of my parents. So I was reading it and thinking, damn, I bet that is what it feels like. Because she writes so well that I was like, I totally believe it. But it was not resonating with me as far as like these are experiences I have had. And yeah, that's what went on. And yeah, it's really nice to feel seen. And she does an amazing job of making you not feel lonely in an experience. She makes you feel like understood and like seen and like, oh, like, yeah, like she hits the nail on the head. I love her characters. I wasn't like dying for these two, but I really like her characters, the way that they're written. They're so realistic. Like, and I don't mean they're like ugly and gross, but like they are not like actors. Like, they are really real people with really real jobs, doing really real stuff, being cool people, being not cool people, having problems, fixing their problems, all sorts of stuff like that. Those kind of things, like, I can resonate with. Now, the biggest thing in this book that I liked and that like felt powerful to me, no surprise, is her friendship with her coworker. I love the way that she built this friendship with her coworker. They built this friendship together, and like kind of talking about how that's kind of hard sometimes, and how it continued on, and then kind of the issue that they had and how they worked through that was so honestly made me hopeful. Like I was thinking, like, I want to have a friendship like that in adulthood. And it was really realistic to a lot of the friendships that I have had in the past. And it was very, like, I felt that her friend's forgiveness of her friend's explanation of, like, why she was forgiving her, that whole conversation was so wonderful. So while this wasn't as poignant or as powerful to me as the previous book, I really still enjoyed it. I can't wait for her next book, whatever it is, and I still would consider her to be, you know, my favorite author. She's the only author. I'm not very, like, loyal when it comes to, like, brand loyalty or creator loyalty. So I've never really had a favorite author. I don't have a favorite artist. I don't have a favorite really anything. So I've really loved reading her books, and I've loved the experience of loving most of them, and therefore looking forward to her releases and just really enjoying myself this whole time. I don't know, I'm just liking it. I'm just having a good time. Reading Emily Henry is always like I'm having a good time. Sometimes I'm crying. Yeah, there's that too. So anyway, good reading experience. I recommend this book. I don't know. I mean, I think that one thing that Emily Henry does really well is that I kind of struggle to call her books romances, even though they are, like, blatantly romances, because the way that she balances the romance and the subplot is so good. It feels like real life. It feels like the balance that people strike between their own lives, between, you know, your romantic relationships, your personal relationships, your family relationships, your internal struggles, and all of those things. But she just does a great job of doing that. That's that. That's all I have to say about that. So, give it a read if you like. Tell me your thoughts if you've already read it. And until next time.